Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome
Happy
to
International Women's.
It's
not just national.
International.
The entire world.
All of the nationalities of women.
Yes.
Unite. I was trying to do the Captain Planet thing, and then I forgot it because then I thought of the Ninja Turtle song. Captain Planet.
It's okay. It's just as good as like my little Beethoven.
Oh yeah, Shay had a really awesome nostalgic moment that we do need to discuss today because it is 30-ish.
It is.
And we love our nostalgia, as you know.
Always and forever.
And as you love.
Yes.
Okay, what was your nostalgic moment?
Well, I was just walking down the road, minding my own business.
Walking down the one-way street?
Yep, the one-way street. And I was just...
looking for someone to meet?
Sometimes.
Anyway,
every single day. Every single day. No, I don't need nobody. Well, just this dog. I needed this dog in my life because it was this beautiful Saint Bernard, and we locked eyes, and then the piano music for Beethoven just started, and it was amazing. And then I had it stuck in my head all day, so it was great.
How does it go? I forget now.
I don't even know. I can't do it. I'm also tone deaf, so nobody wants to hear that. So. I don't think that's even close, but that's okay. There you are. Yep.
And he's just like, his big old ears.
He looked identical to him. It was pretty awesome.
Old slobber fucking string.
Sweet baby.
Both dogs with
Mr.
slobber
Newman.
strings are my kinds of dogs.
Yeah, we all know that.
We do. Anyways, hi, we're 30-ish. This is Brie.
This is Shay.
This is Shay. Mm-hmm. And we're recording.
We are recording
for you.
Yes, we are. We're like full of nostalgic things today. Look what my friend,
my God.
My friend Kurt.
Thanks, Kurt.
One of my best friend Kurt gave us these little snappy bracelets.
You guys
very
remember
nostalgic.
These? Look at the snap on that.
And we were talking about how tight they were, and we were like, "Oh, it's for 9-year-old little girls." So
I did. I had mine on for literally 5 minutes. I was like, "This hurts."
Cutting off my circulation.
My hand is purple as this cheetah print.
Yep, pretty much.
See that?
Oh, look, this one was cut by the same one. Look, you can even see it.
Oh, cut from the same cloth.
It's cut from the same strappy cloth.
The same.
And I realized this week,
nostalgia girl.
I know, this week I realized I need to go back to the gym because I have been sore for the past 2 days because I've just played Wii tennis. So
Wii tennis?
I'm just hitting all the nostalgia out of the park here.
Are you mixing in with Wii? You just need to do the Wii Fit, Shay.
But Wii tennis is like Wii Fit.
It basically
the same
is.
thing.
It's literally
stupid.
But you don't stomp up on that little fucking 4-inch podium that really works it out.
It's like a tiny little soapbox.
And double time.
Yes.
I saw a hilarious meme or like whatever reel about that the other day, and it was like some dude like in early 2000s getting ready for the best workout of your life, and it was like the Wii Fit sound, and then you're just like stomping in place.
Yes.
Back and forth. Beep, beep. All right. Burn 4 calories.
Hey, it's something,
It was the
okay?
coolest thing to do.
So I can lick that chocolate bar later.
That was like technology.
I mean,
its
it
finest.
literally was. There it is. I was like, you got to finish the sentence. Yeah.
At its finest.
At its finest.
Look at us now, guys. Let's go back to this,
we
okay?
we'd strap on your little strappy things,
Just
and then you would
strap it on,
to
guys.
the mall.
Strap it on and go to the mall. Mm-hmm. Don't forget.
Don't forget it. Pretend
Don't
like I have my
forget
little
your
watch.
strap on at the mall.
I mean, they didn't have stores for that.
Speaking of strap-ons, my boyfriend's calling me right now, but I'm not going to answer because we're on live. Sorry, Christopher.
No, Christopher.
Okay,
not
anyways.
Yeah.
He has a built-in strap-on, if you know what I mean.
Because
he's a boy.
Thank you.
Anyways, wow, I'm glad I just said that on live television.
I'm glad your mom isn't on here right now.
She's not.
Nobody is. It's just us, which actually makes it more comfortable.
This is.
Yes.
Cheers.
Oh,
Should we
what
talk
are we
about,
drinking?
Oh, we also have a very different drink today.
It's
if
not
you guys are
vodka
watching,
soda.
If you're watching on the live, you'll see.
We're being adults. We actually hired a 30-ish bartender, a.k.a. my sister-in-law.
Yes. She did it up
I have
because
to
I was
smell it,
just
I think,
going to
sorry.
mix a drink with some juice and some
So she made this
sparkling water.
amazing banana rum syrup. And we were gonna make like what we always do, like let's just add some fruit and some pineapple juice and stuff and do it.
Yep.
And she's like, why don't you do like a martini? And we're like,
what?
I don't know what that is.
What?
So she made this amazing. I think it's vodka. I think it's like
Cold brew.
It's cold brew
We're gonna
from
be jacked
Harbinger.
up.
Chocolate liqueur and
chaga.
Yeah, it was like we're at the social.
There's chaga mushrooms.
Oh,
in
there's
this
chaga
bitch.
mushrooms in this, so it's healthy.
And this is our
Beep.
martini glass, so
Hi.
enjoy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, hi to our friend.
Cheers to you, good
Cheers
sir.
to our friend who posted about us on International Women's Day today. Thanks.
You're awesome.
Thanks, Chris. That's your name, right? I
Yeah.
think that's your name. If it's not, let me know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyways,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we talking about today? Shay? What'd you roll?
What did I roll? I'm paying attention to his like comment because he said he can't hear the sound. I'm hoping that means that.
Oh.
But we'll figure it out. But it could just be us just talking like this, whatever, for forever. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Is my volume down?
But I don't think that would matter. Anyway, we're going to have some technical difficulties here for a second. I can actually look on my live as we're doing this. But while we're doing that,
I don't know. I don't even know what to do.
well, we're going to find out. But anyway,
Can you hear us? Someone say if you can hear us on the live.
I mean, I don't think he can.
Oh my god, you can't.
That's actually really funny.
You can't. Fuck!
Okay.
Oh my god. You guys,
We needed one more do-over.
we did. On the live, you have no idea what we're talking about, but
It's fine.
we're not going to re-talk about it.
No,
so
it's fine. But
you're
look,
going to have to catch the podcast.
but it's fine.
on
We
Sunday.
covered.
We were snapping bracelets.
We covered bracelets.
We were
We covered Beethoven, which you didn't hear that either.
Nope, you didn't
You'll
talk-
hear it on the original intro, so it's fine. So stay tuned for that.
You didn't hear us talk about this beverage that
Oh,
we
yes.
are drinking that's not normal?
No, but we were kind of going into that. So I haven't actually taken a sip yet. So,
Well, it's good, and we're going to be jacked up on fucking caffeine.
but it is tasty. Oh, that is dangerously smooth.
Yeah, it's really
yeah.
sweet.
So yeah, so it is vodka.
Is it?
What was it? The
Chaga mushrooms.
chaga mushrooms.
It's banana rum syrup that our 30-ish resident bartender
Yes.
now, which is
My sister-in-law.
Shay's sister-in-law.
And
Not Shay.
not
Shay's
me.
sister-in-law.
Although my grandmother sometimes gets that mixed up, which is hilarious. My sister loves that. She gets real mad actually. And what else was it? And the chocolate liqueur. And it is
it's like a
fucking tasty.
Espresso.
She's
yeah,
hired.
And
She's
cold brew.
She's hired.
It's delicious. Cheers. Okay, let's talk about where it's been
My
a
hair's
wild
all
ride
asunder.
on this International Women's Day.
Yes, so I think I rolled nostalgia.
Whatever that means.
Yes. I mean, isn't every day, shouldn't every day be
Every day.
International Women's Day?
Every day we run the world, girls.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying.
I mean, it's fine.
Anyway, what?
Yes, so I rolled nostalgia. No, wait, I rolled a free
know.
roll. So, well, but I didn't give it away.
Except that you just said it's nostalgia.
But it's not about murder, so
That's nice.
for my free roll, I'm growing up, you guys. I'm growing.
Good job. We're just all expanding and
Expanding
ever-
and growing and nurturing and feeling. I mean,
healing and feeling. I rolled history, I think,
oh, well, if
and
you,
I did history.
well, I'm
So,
pretty
and
excited
mine
about
might
that.
be about a really badass woman in history. Perfect timing. Because there's a lot of them,
There is a lot of them.
and a
There's
woman
that
in
one
history is just history.
That is
Same
true.
with all the histories. They're just history because they are
And
what
we're
build
building a
us.
mystery.
We're building.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I sang a fucking song on the last one. Damn it.
Yeah.
But it's probably best that you missed that.
Oh, you did. And you talked about your boyfriend's slong.
Talked about how, because we were talking about the strap-on slap-ons. Slap on your strap-on.
I think your mother willed the audio not to work.
She did, with her mind and her prayers.
And mostly her prayers. Please pray for my little Brianna's soul.
Please don't let her say anything insane today. Today's my dad's birthday, by the way.
Well, happy birthday,
Happy
Bree's
birthday,
Dad.
Dan. I know you're watching.
It totally is.
I always tell him, like, Dad, you should listen to this episode. Actually, you shouldn't. I was like, you should listen to the Butch Cassidy episode, Dad. He'd like that.
Austin should steer him in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely.
Help us out,
like
Austin.
A ship.
Make a fan out of him.
Magellan down the... I can't speak.
It's fine. Okay, should we wrap this
Let's
up?
do this.
Okay.
It's been a while, and we had some weird times.
Clearly.
So I hope you enjoyed our half IG Live. The other half is without sound, so if you can read lips...
It won't sing
If
ships.
you can read our lips, then you get a special treat.
We'll send you a sticker if you can read lips.
I'm
I'm just going to give them away.
We'll do it.
So we can get to the next phase of stickers. My hair is all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah, we need the next phase. We're ready for the next phase of stickers. Are you? You guys ready for the next phase?
They're going to be hologrammy and Lisa
You know
Frankie.
what this reminds me of, Shay?
I don't know. What?
You know when, like, you see commercials for Space Camp, NASA Space Camp in the 90s?
First of all, you said it like as they're still happening in the present.
Oh,
which
well,
they might be.
They could be in my
I don't
mind.
know. But yes, I know what you mean.
Well, you remember that thing that they sit on that's like...
Yes.
That's what this reminds me of.
Oh, okay. Did you ever go to Space Camp?
No, I wanted to because I wanted to spin in it.
Pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, you went to fucking Space Camp.
I lived in Texas. It was just a jaunt down the way.
Fucking Texan.
Yeah.
You fucking crayon-loving Texan.
We need to move on.
Anyways, you went to Space Camp?
I did.
Well, does this remind you of the thing you went on? Probably not, because you actually experienced it in real life.
It's true. It's just as good as you
Did
don't
it look
remember.
just like this?
With the microphone? Yeah, sure.
Like, this is you? You, like, were in the capsule?
No, they don't actually put you, like, on a G-force thing.
Don't they have that?
I was only there for, like, a day.
Aren't you there for a week?
No, well...
Are there different packages at the NASA?
How much your mother and
camp.
father don't want you to be at the house anymore? Yeah.
Can I send my kid here for at least 3 weeks?
That's
I can't. I'm signing him up anyway.
That's how I ended up actually at Bible camp for a long time. Lutheran Sister and Gun Club.
You need to learn this again.
It was in Camp Lone Star. It was a Lutheran camp, and it was terrifying.
Is that for real?
I'm dead serious. It was called Camp Lone Star. It was out in the boons.
For the Lutherans.
Yes, for the Lutherans.
Did you have a Lutheran Sisterhood gun club out there? It
was pretty close to that. It was real rough. They would like leave us out there for like 2 weeks.
You guys had to catch rattlesnakes and armadillos?
Yep, just bit off their heads, and they're like, this is what Jesus wants you to practice.
Jesus loves winners.
Jesus loves winners.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
We got to record our podcast. Jesus. It's already 8:41. It's 9:11.
You're in pajamas, so I'm in for a long ride.
Wore my comfies today. I'm ready to fall right asleep.
I'm into it.
So good thing we have this coffee beverage.
Thanks, Chris.
So okay, let's go.
We're for real going.
We love you. We thank you.
You're awesome.
Follow our podcast. Listen to our podcast.
For real.
Or just say hello. Or don't. Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, we're recording.
All right, were we ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready for this.
Was that a fucking wild ride of a fucking intro or what?
Did everybody have fun?
Did you guys have a good time with that?
I like your little Post-it notes.
Oh yeah, this is because I'm a fucking I'm a EV charger sales representative.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
These are my notes.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't ask questions.
These are all the fucking brands that we can use, okay? Because I got asked that and I was like,
You're like, Tesla and
I think something about a blink.
I don't know, a Volt. Maybe?
Anyways, if you guys need if you guys have bought an EV car,
An EV car?
An EV, which is an electric vehicle, and you need a charging station installed into your house, just let me know. I know
Call
some people.
574.
Please call 970-682. That's not the right number.
It's fine.
Okay, are we ready to get into this history?
I'm totally
Might be a little long. It might be a little short.
That's fine.
We're gonna whip through it.
We're
gonna whip, and then we're gonna nay.
Okay. Okay. Jesus.
Anyway,
Here we go.
so happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
We are strong, resilient.
So this is very
beings.
appropriate for you.
This is a very appropriate topic because it's a very prominent woman in history, and you probably don't know about her. So ready for it? Her name is Lozen. She was an Apache warrior. She was like the Apache warrior princess. Okay, she wasn't a princess, but she was a warrior fucking lady.
She was like Xena.
She was, but
Okay.
she
But with
was
like
an Apache.
less Greek gods. Got it.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And make believe. Got it.
Yes. This is real ass life.
Okay.
Shay.
I'm sorry.
Real. And not that long ago, by the way. So here we go.
Okay, here we go.
It's going to be a good one. So, she was born into the Cheyenne Chiricahua Apache tribe.
Very
I
good.
tried to learn the pronunciation as best I could.
You did wonderful.
She was basically later known to be the Apache Joan of Arc. So she was pretty badass, I think.
I think that's
But I'm going to tell you,
badass.
I'm going to make my point real clear in a second. So she was one of the most formidable warriors and powerful medicine women of known Apache history.
Okay.
She was a skilled fighter and strategist on the battlefield in war. Mm-hmm. She was a shaman and a prophet. And I'm sure she was a freak in the sheets. Wow!
I mean, why wouldn't you be? You'd be the full fucking package.
Hell yeah. She actually never married, so maybe she just...
Good for her. She's keeping it wild and free like me.
Yeah, she apparently was courted by many men, but let it be known
she don't need no
would
man
never marry.
to identify her. So I preach, girl. She's gonna be my new mascot.
And that was accepted and fine, which it should be.
Yeah, it should be. Which I'm sure all her her mom and her dad were like, no, you're gonna have to settle down, make a couple little.
No, they didn't. They embraced her for who she fucking was.
Progressive,
and that is actually
that.
I don't know if it was the native peoples in general, but I did read something about how the Apache tribe was they were known to when the European settlers came, they noticed that there were 5 different gender roles instead of 2 distinct ones that you had to fit into.
Right.
It was so they were very accepting of anyone, and it was if a woman wasn't trying to take care of the home and the hearth, it was just their special. It was just a special gift.
As they embraced balance in the community of the tribe as a whole to make everything work and
because everyone has their own gifts
and build each other up and do all these things
and their own needs.
And the white man came in and was we're gonna have none of that.
That is not okay.
Women, you have 2 jobs.
Exactly.
Actually 3.
It's to suck my dick.
I was just gonna say it's fellatio
and rub
cook the pig and make the pigs. So figure it all out.
Make the pigs
because they all become pigs. Especially never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Sorry.
Okay, so
I'm already drunk. It's fine.
Perfect. I am not.
I had a beer. I had some. It doesn't matter. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, so Lozen was also the sister of the prominent Apache chief Victorio, and he was famously his right-hand woman. He said this about her: Lozen is my right hand, strong as a man, braver than most, and cunning in strategy. Lozen is a shield to her people. That's what he said about her. Oh. She was a bad bitch, okay?
Clearly.
She was also an ally to the famous Geronimo, who was another Apache leader.
I am also a white person because I just have that song in my head now.
Yeah, we all know the name Geronimo, but do you even know who Geronimo is, guys?
I mean, he
was an Apache
pretty
leader.
Amazing.
And medicine man. I guess wasn't there a show, an old show about Geronimo, and there's a song? Or you I don't know.
I know that there's
It's probably fucked.
I mean, I just remember watching like those really bad whitewash documentaries in school about him, but
yeah.
That's all I really remember of him. But I obviously didn't really remember.
I guess he was kind of in the Texas, like New Mexico area, and northern.
Did you ever watch any of those videos? Like they were, and I'm sure they had them whatever state you were in.
It was like History Channel.
But it was like made for quote unquote like middle schoolers to easily digest the whatever because your fucking teacher was too hungover the day to like teach the lesson, or he was a soccer coach and he didn't know what the hell he was doing. So like they put on these awful reenactments. I don't know why I'm doing the robot, but like these reenactments of just like like just with shitty colonial actors, and it was just very whitewashed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if you had those, but
yeah, we did.
Awful.
We did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Geronimo, just a little side history lesson. He was an Apache leader and medicine man, best known for his fearlessness in resisting anyone, Mexican or American armies, who attempted to remove his people from the tribal lands. We'll talk a little bit more about him later because
Keep talking. I have to let the cat out because he's going to start meowing.
Just let the cat out of the bag.
I know.
So, back to Lozen. So she was born in 1840, like around the early 1840s in Apache, which consisted of New Mexico, Arizona, and northern Mexico. So like Chihuahua and Sonora, I guess. And she was born in the midst of a brutal attack on her people. She seemed to arrive right at the right time for her special, unique abilities, though.
Okay.
After all, she was just a girl. Just kidding.
Standing in front of a boy.
Anyways, so at this time, the Apaches had enemies on all sides around them, invading their land, taking their food, killing their people, and not to mention selling their scalps for trophies.
That was more aggressive than I thought, but okay.
Yeah, that was a big thing. So, which is like insane.
I thought you were say like
again,
so
this
not
was
cool.
the 1840s. That was like 180 years ago.
See, when you start throwing out dates, it makes my tummy hurt.
Yeah, well, there you go. So growing up, she spent most of her time with her brother. And Lozen always demonstrated prolific abilities beyond her years. She began riding horses and like mastering riding horses at the age of 7. She could outrun any men, like grown-ass men. And at like a lot of the Apache women's roles were like being in charge of the home and community, but Lozen was not interested in those things. She was innately athletic, fearless, protective. She was smart as fuck, and she was very strong-willed. And her brother saw this in her and took her under his wing, teaching her skills that she needed to know to defend her people. That because they were like in war, and like the children had to help in the war, like defend themselves too. Obviously, like they were riding horses, fucking doing crazy shit too. Right. Because they were being attacked on all sides.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, some of the things he taught her was like how to use a war club, a spear, a bow, a rifle. And so, and again, instead of, learning the normal womanly roles that were normally taught to the girls,
right,
she decided she wanted to be a warrior.
Good for her.
And she undertook the hardship of what's called the decoy. I don't know how to say that. But it's basically like a warrior in training.
Okay.
And then she knew how to ride, she could shoot, and she had a really great gift for strategy. And when she was riding with other warriors, she was said to have been gifted with the ability to detect the movement of her enemies. And like whenever the Apache needed to know how to plan an attack, she literally had like this supernatural ability to predict where the enemy was going to be. That's like paranormal.
Damn, good for her.
Yeah, she was
got that ESPN.
Really cool. Yeah, she do. So one of the things she would do to utilize or bring about this ability was she would often pray to the Apache's highest deity, which was their creator, god, Usen. And she would ask him for guidance. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why she was often compared to Joan of Arc, because she was like very like, I'm channeling my creator, basically. Right. And then apparently the supernatural gift too was given to her at her coming of age ceremony. giving her the ability to heal and to like detect these enemies. But
I wonder if this is like there's some bearing to this with that Disney movie Encanto.
Maybe a little bit.
Because have you seen that?
Yes, it's amazing.
Right, and it's beautiful, and it's all about coming of age, and they get these gifts.
Yeah,
I mean that's pretty powerful. That's pretty cool.
I know they should make a Disney movie about her.
They should bring that back, doing a better coming of age ceremony. Like, yes, they do that in like the Hispanic culture with quinceañeras, but like, you know, like how empowering would that be for young women to just do that, just to celebrate?
It would be, instead of being like, oh,
some aspect of yourself, like
you have to hide your period now because you're a woman.
You bleed weird, so like
shame.
Now you can't throw footballs, so figure it out.
You throw like a girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways.
And now all doors will be open when boys come over.
Yes, exactly. You little hussy. Anyways, so when she would be traveling with war parties, she would also perform this ritual to like channel this or to like make this power come about.
Right.
However you want to say it. So she would get up with the sun, and then she would sing and extend her arms out, and then she would like slowly turn into a circle until the palms of her hands would start to tingle. And one account said like her hands would like turn purple, and that's how she would know where the enemies were.
So either she was really cold,
or something weird was happening.
She was really channeling some type of energy, like, and maybe people were like seeing things, but definitely if what she's talking about, like with the palms,
she was right, and she like would prove herself.
But like
to these...
when you feel like that, because I've done some energy work, and that's where it kind of it's portals right there, so like she was feeling that correctly, so she was tapped into something.
Yeah, she was. Her source.
Totally, absolutely.
So where was I? She could even discern direction and distance of the enemies when she would do this.
Right.
So like she was tapping into some things, and the more she did this, the more respected she became among the tribes, because it would work.
Right.
And they would escape a lot of shit. So she was able, and she was able to help her people.
Buddha.
Hi, Buddha.
You have pulled Buddha towards you.
I'm using my hands to talk, and Buddha thought it was an invitation to get pet. So here we are.
Clearly, I beat her at the nighttime. So
you must.
Jesus.
She was able to help her people avoid capture. And because of this, she was invited to war parties and participated in war dances, which basically were
my kind of dances. Where were those during middle school?
Like, yeah, seriously. Yeah, they were dances to honor and respect ancestors and to gain spiritual strength from Mother Earth. Spranks.
Sound like me. It's like Spanx, but like it holds in the rage. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. So they would gain spiritual strength from Mother Earth with these dances. So also just another little side note, she wasn't the only woman warrior in her band.
No?
There was one other member who was like kind of her pretty close friend. Her name was Tadetsi.
Okay.
Tadetsi. And she was a member of a different Apache band. And then this other woman, Goyen, who was also a badass little.
She sounds badass. They all sound badass. What am I talking about?
I know, right? So by the time Lozen was 20, she had become an expert at stealing horses, earning her the name Lozen, which means dexterous horse thief.
That is quite a mouthful.
It is. So that's why it's just Lozen.
Is it on your right? You were reaching for your drink. I saw it.
I know I was, and then I was like, I don't need it right now. So again, So keep in mind, she was not only a badass warrior, but also an Apache shaman, remember? She was a seer and a renowned medicine woman with extensive knowledge of medicinal properties of plants and minerals. She did. She used songs and herbs to heal her people and treat wounds. She was a real deal. She is the full package.
See, like, again, with Encanto, like, it's...
Yeah.
Maybe there was some truth to that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, you better chug a lug.
I know. Seriously, I haven't drank any of that.
Kind of want to have her make us another one before I start.
Lozen apparently even fought in more campaigns against Mexican and American armies than renowned Apache leaders. So she was like all up in there.
Yeah.
Doing shit. She was a hot commodity too.
She was
because she was like, they're like, we need to know some shit, and you got the power, girl. You've got the power. So also at this time, the Apache were a fierce tribe, and their territory was known to be fatal for early settlers and miners. They did not want that shit happening around them and their land, so they definitely defended themselves. But this led to armies establishing more forts, gaining more troops, which meant Lozen's tribe, among others, were constantly on the run, moving from camp to camp. And Lozen was always taking risks for her people. So the U.S. government ended up negotiating after they were on the run for a while with Victorio and other chiefs of the region, coming to an agreement that they, if they just surrendered, they could settle in a place called Ojo Caliente, which is called Warm Springs. It's in like Central Oregon. And it was more like their traditional lands. It had hot springs and ample water supply, so they like agreed to chill out and like go and settle over here. So, but in true U.S. fashion, they changed their mind 2 years later and forced the Apaches to move to a different place, Fort Tularosa, which is New Mexico. So very similar.
Yeah.
Jesus. So then in 1877, the government decided to concentrate all the Apaches onto one reservation, San Carlos in Arizona, where conditions were fucking atrocious.
They're like, you can have this.
Yeah. The soldiers lovingly referred to it as Hell's 40 Acres. So perfect.
That sounds
great. Also,
great.
Apache weren't allowed to hunt there. And they were only allotted very meager food rations, of course, because
why weren't they
make them
allowed to hunt?
dependent.
Why were they allowed to hunt?
Because they weren't allowed to.
Okay.
Because that would empower them, Shay.
Oh, yes.
If you can get your own food, you can...
Anytime you talk about the Native Americans, it just reminds me just how horrible.
Yeah.
How horrible their story is.
And they just made them dependent. And then, like, you know...
Repress them. All of the things.
All
it's
the
just
things.
Awful.
They just wanted to get back to their fucking lives. They still do.
They still,
It's not like they're
it's
not.
still a
It's
thing.
still
They
a
still
fucking
want
thing.
to. They would still love to do that.
Yeah. So support your local native tribes.
I do.
Because you got some.
It's true. In fact, my best friend, Kurt, the one that gives us these snappy bracelets because he's awesome.
Thanks, Kurt.
Anytime it's Thanksgiving, he actually darkly has his dark sense of humor and says it's a happy Take My Land Day. And that's exactly what it was for Thanksgiving. So
it is.
Yeah.
Don't forget about our great episode, the rebranding.
Oh, yes.
It's a good one. Or also about Thanksgiving.
It was, but it wasn't about Native Americans.
You
it was
did
about
the Thanksgiving one.
I did.
Real
It
Thanksgiving.
was like, I think we called like the whitewashing of Thanksgiving or something
like
horribleness like that. But anyway, go on.
Columbus's last stand. Just kidding. I don't know.
I still think our best one was the Columbus Exchange. Let's get that going, ladies.
The OG Fire Fest.
Oh, she got the Columbus Exchange.
Oh my God. Okay, so where are we at? Oh, Hell's 40 Acres. There we are. So, yeah, they were crowded, they were dirty, and a cesspool of disease. Of course they were. Here, just live here, you little fuckers.
It's fine. You
live here, you
beautiful
fucking dick.
bounty of land. No, you're not going to have that.
Oh, like you know how to like fucking do everything.
But eat the sand. It's the same as that beautiful buffalo you were eating.
Ritz cracker. Ugh. Drink this Coca-Cola forever.
Oh, gross.
So Lozen and Victorio, with their band, managed to flee the reservation twice.
Nice.
Each time they were pursued by Mexican and U.S. armies,
Of course.
But the last time they were able to escape, they were able to elude them for 3 years, from 1877 to 80.
Oh.
1877 to 1880.
Good on them.
It's not that long ago.
No, it's not. Again.
Okay, so during this time, Lozen was highly needed. She was treating wounds. She was also frequently helping transport women, elderly, and children to safety without the damn fucking troops getting them. Mm-hmm. And she was able to do that. And she was like the one to do that.
Yeah.
On one occasion, she was said to have delivered a fucking baby while the Mexican armies were in pursuit of them.
Like she bore a child, or
no,
she delivered
a baby.
Okay.
And then was able to bring them to safety. But she did even more than just that. Why
have I never heard of this woman?
Yeah, because you haven't.
She's like a woman. Like, no offense to her, but like she's like a badass Pocahontas.
She is.
But that's interesting. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
So Victorio sent her to escort the mother and the baby from the Chihuahuan Desert.
Okay.
To Mescalero in the Sacramento Mountains, which is kind of a far. I think it's a kind of a trek. So anyways, Lozen had a 3-day supply of food, a rifle, a knife, a cartridge belt, and some dope thieving skills. She was able to weave through, like with these people, through the USA Army camps, managing to steal a horse for the woman and the newborn baby.
Awesome.
And then also a vaquero's horse for herself, while also taking a saddle, another rifle, ammunition, a blanket, a canteen, and a shirt along the way. Like, she's just like, all right, got this. She's like a little klepto. She just actually, she wasn't a klepto. She just took what she needed.
She's like,
from the
I was doing this before, so I'm going to do this now.
And I got it, and I can. So,
yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, just to give you guys a little insight, this tribe of like 75 people were able to take the lives of over 1,000 whites and Mexicans while eluding 3 American cavalry regiments, 2 American infantry regiments, a huge number of Mexican troops, and a contingent of Texas Rangers.
Holy shit.
Yeah, badass motherfuckers.
Like little ninjas.
Yeah, they were like little ninjas in the night.
That's fucking awesome.
But here we go. So in 1880, as she was bringing more women and children to Mescalero, Victorio's band in... Where were they? They were in... Forget that. Oh, they were in the Chihuahuan Desert.
Okay.
So they were back there. She was like bringing more women and children to the Mescalero. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so Victorio's band at this point was ambushed while she was gone, killing him and 78 others.
Okay.
The bodies were scalped for high rewards, and they captured 100 women to sell into slavery.
But the reward was because to show how many Native Americans they had killed. Yeah. That's all that was for.
Basically.
Okay. Just like really sick serial killer fucking
just
trophies.
Like trophy
got
hunting,
it. That's disgusting.
But with humans.
Okay.
So anyway... 17 Apaches did manage to escape, with that woman Goyen, her family being one of them. Lozen heard of the ambush and weaved her way back through the camp, stealing goods and a couple more horses along the way. And so within those 3 years, from 77 to 80, 1877 to 1880, Lozen had lost her brother, half her fucking tribe, and her whole homeland. So
okay,
isn't that special?
Tight.
So her uncle Nana, I'm gonna say his name was Nana, was part of the band too, and he was an older dude. He was like 74 at the time and had a little gimp foot, but he sought revenge for his brother and his people.
Okay.
And he like helped start leading the tribe, and the remaining 15 warriors left. They were able to like recruit 30 to 40 more within months. They ran into troops along the way and skirmished, which I found out is just another word for fought. It was used a lot. Some of the readings I found. I didn't know that word, so I just thought
I kind of had forgotten about that word. So,
but they were never caught. So they would like have their little fights, but they always managed to get away. By 1881, Lozen and Nana's crew snuck back into the Sierra Madres Mountains, which is where they joined famed Geronimo.
Oh, okay.
They joined forces. Okay. So they all fought together at each other's side for 2 years before being captured and returning to the San Carlos hellhole. So
lovely.
But before this, Lozen and the other woman, her friend Tadetsi, they began negotiating peace treaties during this time. And one term was that the Apache leaders would only be imprisoned for 2 years before being freed. And though the American leaders were like, nah, we don't like that, they still would negotiate for peace too.
Okay.
Anyways, I wanted to read a little excerpt, I think.
Oh, I love a good excerpt.
Do you like a good excerpt?
I do like a good excerpt.
Just about like how badass they were. So, all of the extraordinary deeds of war ever performed by the Chiricahwas, this was arguably the most brilliant. The summary statistics only hint at the intensity and perfection of Nana's and Lozen's wild campaign. In 2 months, the chief and some 15 warriors rode 3,000 miles, an average of 50 miles a day. They fought 7 serious battles with cavalry, winning every one, and attacked more than a dozen towns and ranches. With 1,000 soldiers and another 300 to 400 civilians chasing them, the warriors escaped every trap. During these 2 months, they killed at least 35 of their enemy, wounded many more, and captured more than 200 horses and mules.
Wow.
Their casualties are uncertain, but not a single dead or wounded Apache was found by any of the pursuing horde. All of this with a handful of warriors under the leadership of the lame-footed chief of some 75 years old.
Wow.
So that's a little bit about Nana.
That's
Nana.
No, well, Nana.
Nana,
Every time
Nana,
you say
okay.
Nana, it's like that's what Rachel used to call her bottle.
Oh, that's cute.
Her Nana.
Her Nana.
So I'm gonna say Nana.
Okay. So in 1885, Geronimo led 42 warriors and 92 women and children from the San Carlos Reservation one last time. Thousands of troops were deployed by General Crook to find them. He even sent 400 Chiricahua natives from the reservation.
Okay.
He sent them, who were like still on the reservation, he sent them to a Florida prison so they wouldn't try to join Geronimo's crew that had escaped. Mm-hmm. So he was just like he was like, I'm going to fucking sick 1,000 motherfuckers on you, and I'm going to send a lot of your people to a prison in Florida so they really can't fucking get to you.
Damn.
So, but the U.S. Army was eventually able to negotiate a surrender with Geronimo and his band. They agreed to go into exile in Florida for 2 years if they could return to their native lands. Obviously, they ended up being set up.
Crazy how that works.
They had no intention of holding up their end of the bargain. So, but anyways, Geronimo, not knowing this, thinking all was well, sent his first group to Florida, which included Lozen. They were loaded up in crowded cattle cars and shipped to the camps. Here, like Hell's 40 Acres, it was very similar. The death toll was high. It was ridden with typhoid and tuberculosis, all sorts of diseases. People were malnourished. And Lozen ended up later being shipped off to Mount Vernon as a prisoner of war. Oh. And she, in 1889, ended up dying of tuberculosis 3 years later. So, and then she was buried in an unmarked grave. The fucking bastard. So she's out there.
Nobody knows where she's at.
They know that she's buried out there, but they don't know where.
I hope she's haunting somebody.
She is. She's empowering our lives. That's what she's doing.
Sweet baby.
She's lighting the fire in others.
But that's super. Oh, that's
Isn't that
awful.
insane?
What a way for her to go out. But
so the Chiricahua Apache remained in prison for 27 more years. Some were allowed to return to New Mexico. Lozen's friend Detesti was one of those people. She died in 1955, which was not that long ago. That was the year my mom. The Detesti did.
What?
Which I just wanted to say that she died in 1955, which is like not like that's when my mom was born, and this woman fought alongside of
fucking
Lozen.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
No, like that makes my mind hurt.
I know. So I'm gonna end with this.
Okay.
The stories of Geronimo, Crazy Horse, and Custer pale beside the tale of another warrior, one who fought relentlessly, successfully, and against all odds almost continuously for 40 years. But you've probably never heard of her. Sister of Chief Victorio, he called her my right hand, who went into exile with Geronimo as the last freed Apaches. Wow. Lozen has been called America's greatest guerrilla fighter. And that's fucking true. Oh, another crazy thing. Yeah, so Geronimo was the last when Geronimo was captured on September 4th, 1886, he was the last Native American leader to formally surrender to the U.S. military.
Oh, damn. That's fucking crazy.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
That is nuts. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And then, and Lozen was like his fucking ally too.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So now you know about Lozen.
But, like, yeah, that's... Well, what a great story for International Women's Day.
And just a great story in general.
Well, that in general. Like, I just didn't know anything about that.
I know. I didn't either. There's so
That's
many
pretty
stories
amazing.
we don't know. That's why we're here.
That is true.
We're here to share and spark your intellect, or not.
Or whatever.
Or just take it and pass it along. Mm-hmm. Take it and leave it. Take it and cherish it.
Well,
Yeah,
I think my lady, well, it's not even about that, but like...
It's about a lady?
No, it's not about a lady at all. My story is going to invoke a different kind of International Women's Day. Are you ready for it?
I think I'm ready for this jelly.
Okay.
Let's snap into the Slim Jim.
So...
Are you guys ready to snap into this?
Perfect. So...
That was the snap bracelet.
You would snap on your bracelets, and then you
Snap on, snap off.
You would wander on down to the mall. We're talking about malls today.
Oh, the
so
Mall
we're
of
talking about like a
America?
different... Did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
I didn't.
No? Okay, so it wouldn't pertain to you. But I was like saying like my representation of women, like International Women's Day, is Robin Sparkles. And she sang a mall song. Let's go to the mall. You have to watch the show. Some people probably will understand it, but anyway.
They will.
I'll move
What's
on.
the
I'll move on.
Sing the song, Shay.
I don't know the whole song off the top of my head, but
Okay,
it's a
sure.
great one. You should watch it. It's great. It's very 90s nostalgia. Okay. Anyway, so I decided, like, I had a free roll, so I'm going to talk about malls. Because it's kind of a weird genre, but I think we can all agree that we miss the mall.
The fucking...
Like,
it was a big deal. It's not... I mean, I don't think it is anymore. Like,
okay,
going to
like,
the mall in the 90s was like...
Right. So do you remember what your mall was?
Yeah, the Santa Maria Mall.
Okay. Right. And, like, did you go there, like, every single weekend?
No.
No?
It was a very special occasion. If my mom hates shopping.
But, like, what about with your friends?
No.
No?
I wasn't allowed to do that.
No. I definitely was... My friends and I were mall rats.
I wasn't allowed to walk around the mall with my friends by myself without a parent being there because my mom used... Bonnie, are you listening to this? You are ridiculous. No, you're not. You're fine. She used to call my... if I ever slept over at anyone's house in high school, even when I was a senior in high school, she would have to call their parents to make sure they were home. And half the time, I just didn't fucking spend the night at people's houses because their parents weren't home. But... Also, it was embarrassing and weird.
No.
And I was just like, I'm just going to fucking avoid this and not do anything.
That's exactly what my mom did.
Moms!
I could go out and do whatever, but if, for God forbid, I spent the night at a girlfriend's house. Like, I go to...
You are having sex and doing cocaine like me.
100%.
Brianna.
So, like, yeah.
Just
like,
kidding. My mom was
it was
not
up
doing
and, like,
that
even, like,
mostly.
through, like, my senior year, it was just like, well, I had to talk to her parents, and I was like, Mom, so yeah, there was one time actually I was super embarrassed, and then she like embarrassed me further by saying like, "Will you tell my daughter that you would do the same thing?" And then she did that in front of my friend, and I was like, it was like, do you remember like when Simba ducked down when his dad was like, "I have got to teach my son a lesson," and like he ducked down. But that's what I was when that mom came back in, and I remember her name was my friend's name was Kristen Hoffman. And I don't remember what her mom's name was, but she was the one that definitely was not a Gail, but it was fine.
Rebecca.
But she definitely was like she said it, and it's like burnt. It's like a core memory. Like I still can see. I'm sitting on Kristen's bed, and I can see her face going like, "Your mom wanted me to tell you," and I was like, "Oh God, just shoot me in the face," because she was also an upperclassman, so I was like. Totally embarrassed.
Oh, because that was really cool.
I was totes embarrassed. It was bad. So I feel your pain, Brianna.
I got you. We got you. What were we talking
Anyway,
about?
why did I
Malls?
close my computer and I haven't started yet?
Speaking of malls, before I even start,
Yes.
Did you ever play the game Mall Madness?
I didn't have that one, but I wanted it so bad.
My friend Lindsay had it, and we played it a lot.
Right.
And then one time we were like, it'd be a really good idea to just like draw on the box. So we like made weird faces on all the people, and we like made little things on the box. We literally played that game like
But see, like
at least once every time I went to her house.
That's a testament to how awesome malls were in the 90s. Like they had board games.
A mall had a board game.
A mall had a board
You
game.
could run around and go to the mall because it was like there's escalators, there's all different kinds of stores. You can buy feather boas at Claire's. You can buy fucking weird lava lamps at Spencer's.
Yes.
You can buy fucking weird ass dark gothic shit at Hot Topic.
It's true. And
then you can go to Toys R Us or KB Toys, and then you could go to the fucking music store, and then you could go get cool clothes or at least look at them.
Yes, and it's true. But we'll get into all of that. Oh, we're gonna.
What was a cool kid? Yeah.
Oh,
anyways,
we'll get into that, girl. We'll get into that.
We will get.
We'll get into that. Okay, so first up,
and revved.
we're gonna do some history.
Oh yeah.
It's like I was also trying to combine all the things into this, which I kind of almost got there. Okay, so some history. So the history.
Is there a haunted mall?
No, unfortunately, I didn't find any of that, but that's okay. The history of people and trading some form of currency or goods or services dates back as far as 9000 BC. But
First mall America.
right? He's just like, I just can't even find any parking with my Flintstones car. I don't even know what to do.
My damn pterodactyl. Yeah, they were back there 9,000 years ago.
Just shit all over the fucking front windshield. I don't even know what to do. I gotta go all the way around. Okay, but
The Stegosaurus is in my goddamn parking spot.
Can you imagine? Just a Flintstone.
I'm just picturing the Flintstones mall.
Which is only like from like what year was that movie made? Like 96.
The Flintstones movie?
Yeah, it was like 90s when John Goodman
like
was
that,
like
yeah.
could actually be spry a little bit.
Girl, he is
He's
Coyote Ugly. Actually, he was not spry in that movie.
No.
Anyway.
Okay, but fast forward to 800 BC. In ancient Greece, that's where we first see a mall-like, quote-unquote, situation. People develop markets with merchants selling their wares. I don't know why I said wares, but selling their wares in agora in the city center. And agora is loosely translated as, quote-unquote, marketplace. So people would come there not only to shop, but to socialize and participate in government. So, which maybe we should bring that concept back, right? Like entice people with
separate.
No, entice people with slushies and delicious.
Oh, they do that with
pretzels,
Krispy Kremes,
right? And then maybe they'll be
McDonald's.
willing to change the world with like sugar and fucking salt coursing through their veins.
Wow. Shay, you should not run the world.
Taylor 2025 or whatever year it is election year. Doesn't matter.
I didn't know it was 2022 this today.
But honestly, like maybe people would. Well, I mean, they would vote more like that in the 90s. Like nobody goes to the mall now, but whatever. We'll get to that too.
Yeah, our mall, I don't know about you guys, but our mall is a fucking ghost town.
We'll talk about
so
that.
I guess, paranormal.
Oh, yes, we'll talk. Zinga. Okay. I also thought maybe that's why they call certain areas of the capital, like in DC, the mall.
Yeah, the National Mall.
Right, but no, that's not why.
No, they called, we did an episode on that, Shay.
What?
A mall was just like a big field then.
Right, so it's named after an area. That mall in DC is named after a place in London where like elites would stroll.
Yes.
So figuring out how they were going to like beat their servants later. No, but you know what I mean.
Just like Elizabeth Bathory.
Yes, exactly.
Just sucking the blood.
Sick.
The young girls.
Jesus. But actually, that fancy courtyard led us to how the word mall came about. So it began with the Italian game of, again, forgive me,
Bocce ball? Just kidding.
pretty close though. Palamaglio, which was played with a ball and a mallet. The name of the game found its way into the French as palamelli, and then which in turn became English pall mall, Pall Mall is now the name of a street in central London where the game was once played, I guess in an alley. And the mall was also once the site of such games. But that is now a tree-lined promenade or whatever, however you say that, leading to the Buckingham Palace. So
holy shit!
Right?
And then they're just like, wow, now it's gonna be this.
So here's this ant, and now we have this lion. Like, it's essentially how that kind of came to be.
Wow, first, yeah.
Yeah. So in the 1950s,
and now it's where you go spend all your money and put it on your credit cards.
But not only in the 90s and the 80s.
But now it's gray and sterile.
It's true. So in the 1950s,
there's no trees.
There's no trees at all. So in the 1950s, the word mall was applied to streets that were closed off to make shops convenient for pedestrians. Later, mall was used to it was used for complexes built specifically for shopping and located outside of urban centers. Ta-da, the mall. So moving along to the malls we now know, or rather knew, i.e. the 90s. We knew in yesteryear. The first shopping mall was technically an outdoor shopping plaza that opened in 1922 in Kansas City because there was nothing else to do in Missouri.
There's lots of industrial things happening
now, but back then in 1922?
In 22, yeah.
I guess so.
That's when it was popping off.
But even then,
Industrial Revolution.
Right, but in the middle of the country?
Then? I mean, weren't they the fucking trains and the fucking railroad and the fucking
well, where are these pretty girls with their petticoats gonna go? Well, the men are up in the steel mills.
That's true anyways.
So, yes. So, however, the first...
They had money to burn.
They had a lot of money to burn because of the Industrial Revolution. So, the first indoor shopping mall that mirrored how we think of malls today was opened in 1956 in Edina, Minnesota. Malls were often anchored by a large department store with a cluster of other stores around it.
That is weird that it was middle America.
Right. Because there was nothing to do and it was fucking balls cold in the winter time.
So you gotta go shopping.
Gotta go shopping.
You guys got
the
steel mills.
By 1960, there were 4,500 malls in North America, and by 1975, there were 16,400 shopping malls in existence. So... that's a lot of fucking malls, right?
Sorry, I was just chugging my martini.
That's how you're supposed to do it. So, the opening of the Mall of America in 1992 brought it to the next level with over 300 stores within its structure, plus amusement park rides, and other attractions. Which I still want to go to the Mall of America.
I know. Let's go. Oh
right?
We gotta go.
We gotta go to the Mall of America.
If we gotta go anywhere, we gotta go to the Mall of America.
I mean, we kind of do. Not gonna lie.
We literally have to go.
We have to. That's probably where the last standing mall is gonna be. Let's be real. So the 1990s marked a change to the entertainment.
That mall will always be okay.
It has to be.
It's like a fucking it's like a Disneyland.
I mean, it really is, and I feel like it's gonna be like IKEA's, right? So there's only so many IKEAs in to make their cost low or whatever. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen to malls. I mean.
Well, everyone shops online now. They don't need malls.
Again, we'll definitely get into that too. That's the reason why. So,
so predictive.
It's true. So the 1990s marked a change to the entertainment side. Malls started housing playgrounds, movie theaters, concerts, games, rides, interactive displays, and more.
That's why the 90s were the shit.
It's true. You can go and see everything at a fucking mall.
Yeah, concerts. Fucking TLC's playing at the mall today. What?
Oh, just you wait. Anything to keep the shoppers occupied and wanting more. So consumers saw a rise in service-oriented locations, which included churches, post offices, business offices, libraries, and more, which... I never saw a library at a fucking mall. No. I mean, I saw a library of Walden Books, but that's about it. A Walden Books. I can still smell that store.
I do.
Right. So, malls even became hotspots for celebrity shows and tours. Since the shopping centers were essentially the most popular teen gathering spots of the 90s, malls began to host tours and concerts to like for popular TV stars like teen idols and musical artists like the Saved by the Bell Mall tour of 1990.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? No. Having
Do you know there's a reboot? Do you know there's a reboot of Saved by the Bell?
There's
and
a
Zach
reboot
Morris
of
is
everything.
the principal.
There's a reboot of everything.
Also, speaking of Saved by the Bell, Caddy's sister, my best friend's sister, when I was in Tulsa, told me that she like Mr. Belding came and talked to like her school, and she like got an autograph of Mr. Belding.
What?
And she's like, I was obsessed with Saved by the Bell, and I have an autograph picture of Mr. Belding.
That's pretty
I was
tight.
like, who do I? I've never met anyone that's.
Well, probably now you could just go up
statement.
and like reverse address his shit and like go up to his door and knock on his door. He's probably in West Hollywood somewhere.
It's probably over there, but she was in Texas, so
that's pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
Anyways, pretty random and pretty awesome.
So also, let's while we're breaking them all down, let's start with the food court. Okay? So while there is some debate about where the first successful
hot dog on a stick.
It's true. Actually, that's pretty close. Where the first successful food court opened in a mall. Some claim it was Canada at Toronto's Sherway Gardens. Others say it was the Paramus Park Mall in Paramus, New Jersey. There is a little doubt about the visionary behind that idea, which was James W. Rouse. Not Rouse, because there's... Oh, yeah, that's right, Rouse. Nice. Rouse was a pioneering developer responsible not only for many my God. Take a breath. Suburban. For many suburban shopping centers, he's credited for with coining the term shopping mall in the 1950s.
For you, sir.
Let's see. He wanted to create what he saw as community picnics. So that's why it's kind of the food court is that way.
Except no one sits together.
No. He recognized that malls were the town, quote unquote, town centers of suburban sprawl, the gathering spot where people could linger, not just for shopping or dining destination. And obviously there is a real economic benefit to people that can just has cash to just spare to linger around, right? So, not just a hat rack.
That's smart thinking.
Right? He noted that shoppers spend almost 20% more at a mall with a good food court. Because what kind of baller doesn't like to fucking eat his way through a fucking pretzel and cheese?
I want at least 12 options while I'm shopping.
Right? I want to be able to get
food.
Chick-fil-A, Panda
Steak
Express.
Escape.
I want to have different colors of diarrhea at one place, please. Thank you. Which is honestly what you get. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
So some fan favorites.
Except Annie's.
Oh, Annie's is
pretzels.
great. That's actually the only thing in our food court.
It is, and I literally want an Annie's anytime I go there, right, because that smell.
You can just smell it. So some fan favorites.
That fake buttery goodness.
It's so good. That fucking lie.
That
lie on that pretzel. I've got some Orange Julius as a fan favorite.
Oh,
which to this day, I've never had an Orange Julius. All I remember is the shop with all the oranges and shit. Or whatever.
Yeah, and they like fresh squeezed them, didn't they?
But it sounds foul. It's a beverage. It's a mixture of ice cream, orange juice, sweetener, milk, powdered egg whites, and vanilla flavoring.
It's delicious.
Are you sure?
It's like a creamsicle juice.
But see, that's the problem is that I don't like
So it's like
creamsicle.
not the consistency of a milkshake. It's like creamy smoothie juice.
I don't like creamsicle, so I probably wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't?
Yeah.
You don't like a fucking orange creamsicle?
No.
I think they're called dreamsicles.
I don't like it.
Or strawberry?
They left a weird aftertaste in my mouth.
You're a weird aftertaste.
I mean, that's what people say. So, and then, in the other, I guess the big ones were the Sbarro pizza.
Oh,
delicious.
Sbarro.
They're just like, hey, I'll just take this pile of grease and put it on this cheese.
Sbarro's delicious.
It is pretty good. And then I guess
it wasn't, but it was delicious because it tasted the same no matter where you were in the country.
And Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots?
Dippin' Dots was a big mall thing for a while too.
Dippin' Dots were like at theme parks for me.
They were theme parks, and that's what I kind of thought. So when I saw this, like people were like crazy about Dippin' Dots at the mall, I'm like, not for me. I mean, I always went to like when you would go to the zoo or That's what I kind of remember
Remember
Dippin' Dots.
like
I'm like,
the first time you saw Dippin' Dots, you were like, oh my fucking God.
right. You're just like, I will pay a surcharge for this ice cream that has been
That's in
tastes like freezer burn. That's great. Thank you, sir.
but it's a little creamy.
It's a little.
And it's in tiny little drops.
You have to like let it melt to the consistency of ice cream, which is ridiculous because the whole point is like so you can. But it did taste really good.
It was the
super
ice cream of the future, Shay.
It was, but like,
Is it though? Like, is the future ice cream Dippin' Dots? No, it never will be. But it's a nice little fucking marketing ploy.
it is, which we all
got them.
we are whores for that. So I get it.
We love a good marketing scheme.
We do. Okay,
But when we see through them, we'll get you.
we'll get you. Okay, favorite stores, go.
Claire's.
Well, Claire's, yes. So I had Hot Topic, I had Claire's, and icing, which is the darker, edgier part of Claire's.
Icing was like the sexier.
That was like for the teenagers that are like, hey,
Spencer's.
do you not want all of your ear to turn green when you put it in? Come to icing. We're a little more expensive and we're a little less green. It's great, yeah, because
We still are though.
yeah, but you can still get all like you can get your edgier best friend necklace. It's great.
Wet Seal.
Ooh, that's a good one. That was one I
That made me
missed.
feel fucking badass as fuck if I got to go shop at Wet Seal, which was like at a certain age I got to finally shop there.
Yeah, you.
It was edgy and sexy.
You upgraded from
They
limited
had some thongs.
from like limited 2.
Bitch, I never shopped at Limited 2. We didn't have Limited 2.
We had limited 2. My mom always took us in there. It was overpriced bullshit, and it was super.
It was
cutesy
way
as
too.
fuck.
Yeah, my mom was like, "We're not paying fucking $90 for a little
Good for your mom.
floofy sock."
It was awful.
I always wanted to go there though.
Delia's,
Delia's
because it was
catalog.
it was the catalog for
was
teens.
the shit.
I remember getting this awful tacky ass, but it was like this orange. It was something that Britney Spears would have worn, but it was like this orange, like little whatever. And then I had like these gloves.
I like remember it. Was it a sweater?
It was like a sweater.
Did it have like a tie?
It didn't have a tie, but it was like the rib.
Yeah,
The rib, but it was like a
like burnt orange.
like a burnt orange, and
I,
then
like,
and then you
remember
had
it.
like the little, you had the gloves with like but it was just like the thumb, and then it was they would only go up to your elbow. It was so fucking stupid. It was so 90s.
Are you ready for this, Shay?
I'm totally ready.
Delia's was a catalog, right?
Right, and that's where actually I purchased this item.
Well, I think I like remember they also had like fucking inflatable. They had like inflatable.
We
fucking
had those too.
chairs and shit.
We got those.
Anyways, that was another side note. But anyways, so my mom's from Rhode Island, and there's a huge mall in Rhode Island, in Providence.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Delia's store. A Delia's store that you could go into and shop.
Right.
And it was the coolest thing of my teenage life when we got to go there twice in my life.
I always wanted to go to one of those, and I feel like
It was real.
It was like when Mall of America was really, really big. It's like they had all of those stores that were like they were like catalogs or whatever, but they had them like my mall was the Barton Creek Mall, and we had a lot of shit. But we didn't have like the high end like the Delia's. We didn't have those kind of shit. We didn't have we had like a Lucky, but it wasn't like clothes and shit. It was just like the purses and stuff. So we only had like a little.
Yeah, we had to drive.
Taste.
We had to drive to go to the good mall stores.
That's fair. But
I remember driving to Old Navy was like a big deal. It was in like
it was a big
Ventura.
deal.
It was like 2 hours away.
It was a big deal.
Old Navy.
When we got an Old Navy in our mall. It was a big fucking deal. Then there was Spencer's, Sam Goody, and then Sam Goody's rival, which FYE.
Yeah,
and
Sam Goody was my shit.
Sam Goody was great, and then I went to FYE a lot, and there was another one in the Barton Creek Mall that was another like it was like a cool like whatever like
edgy.
that's where the cool kids go to get because it looked like more like a secondhand store or whatever, but it was I think it was called like Music Unlimited or some shit like that, or like, and I know that outside of the mall by Best Buy there was a place that used to be called Warehouse Music, and they had a bunch of
Warehouse.
that place was awesome.
Had Warehouse. That's I remember getting fucking gift
cheaper.
certificates there.
Yep. And there was of course Walden Books, and then you had your KB Toys.
KB Toys. I remember the fucking dog that I always wanted, the little one that
Yes.
walked around by itself.
Yep, and then would flip around. Mm-hmm. Yep. I got a lot of my Star Wars dolls there because I'm a fucking nerd.
Perfect. Where else would you go?
100%.
Toys R Us, but
Yeah, but they were too expensive. Even in the 90s, it was too expensive.
yeah,
but I was
Toys R Us was a little crazy.
Right, but you had options. You got KB Toys, and there was one other toy store that was there. I can't remember the name of it. And then my all-time favorite, which was the Discovery Channel store or the Nature store. Those were good. Did you ever go on one of those?
Maybe.
It was like Brookstone, but on crack. It was awesome.
No, we didn't have one of those.
Oh my God. There was like kaleidoscopes and just a bunch of just stupid, overpriced nature crap that you would only see in like the Sky Mall.
I love it. So Brookstone.
Right. But then of course you had your department stores, like, right? Like you had, like, for me, what I remember is like the old shitty Dillards or the like Mervyn's or
JCPenney, Mervyn's.
Ward's.
Mervyn's, yeah.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward's.
I don't know that one.
Oh man, that's an old fashioned.
We had Mervyn's.
Mervyn's was good.
Got Shocks. We also had Got Shocks.
I don't even know what that what is that?
It was like a JCPenney.
Oh,
but it was called Got Shocks.
I like that one better. Jesus.
Whose last name is that?
I don't know, but
also Joe Montana or something was like the Mervyn's dude.
Was he?
There was like he like sponsored Mervyn's. I don't know. In California, he did.
Jesus.
Was Joe Montana for the who was he? Dolphins? I don't fucking know.
Oh man,
was he the 49ers?
I swear to God though, like when I was there though, like they never updated that mall. So like at least the mall that I went to, so it just was stuck in time. Although I actually went to the Park Meadows to get some shit for my great aunt's funeral, and it was just but the department stores are just, they're like fucking eking along. Like you walk into that and it's nostalgic, but it's like sad nostalgia, like
because it's like
it's just super sad. Like, and not just that, but it was just super. It hasn't been updated in like a decade, so it just looks like, especially like I think we were in Dillard's, and you're just like, this is like the old paint schemes of just from the 1990s. It's pretty depressing.
Together,
yeah.
The off pink and browns.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it had. You can also go to the mall for some crime. There have been a pattern of crime associated with the mall, between robberies, mass shootings, and even straight up murder. Crime in the like in mall decline are part of like a self-reinforcing cycle. As malls empty out, their parking lots and shuttered areas like kind of affect crime, right? So, which makes people less interested in shopping there, which means more malls start to close and the building declines even further. So it's like this horrible cycle that happens.
I think that's another reason why my mom didn't let me go to the mall with like my friends, is because
they were just afraid you were going to get shot.
There was some sketch. It was kind of it wasn't a sketchy area, but like there were some gangs around there. So I like hung out the mall.
We never had any problems with that. Like, I mean, but honestly, like when I was younger, like when we would hang out, we would usually, how it would happen, because we had the movie theater in the mall. So we would go to a movie, and then we'd just dick around in the mall for like a couple hours afterwards.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, Jesus Christ, like look at our mall in fucking Fort Collins, if you can call it that. It's pathetic.
It's a weird
There's
place.
like 3 stores, and the 3 stores are like,
we're kind of open.
It's like Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, and Hot Topic, which is weird. Have you gone into a Hot Topic lately?
No, but they're like anime.
It's super depressing. It's like on its last leg. Like, I remember like Hot Topic actually being kind of awesome.
Dude, Hot Topic always had really cool shirts,
They had
t-shirts
awesome shirts
that you couldn't get anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. And they were nicely made.
My favorite t-shirt was probably, one of my favorite t-shirts is from there, and it was the Napoleon Dynamite.
Nice.
The mountains with the helicopter.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And it was like just.
I don't think I have any of my old.
It's the best shirt.
Actually, that's not true.
Got my Jesus is my homeboy shirt there.
I got my Invader Zim, the one I snowboard in. That's what I ski. I haven't snowboarded in years, but the one I ski in, I got that from Hot Topic. But yeah, I don't. Now it's like the My Little Pony shit, and like that's what they have at
Pokemon
at Hot Topic now.
I haven't been in a while.
It's pretty sad. Okay, so here are some quick fun facts too. So the largest mall, it's actually over 12 million square feet. That's equivalent to more than 50 soccer fields.
Oh my!
So that's in the Dubai Mall.
Knew it.
Is the largest shopping mall in the world based on total area.
And it probably has like every high.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Fucking luxury brand ever.
the smallest mall is Fort Collins. No, I'm kidding. So it's the I think it's pronounced Seneg Mall, and it can be considered the smallest mall in the world. The shopping center is located in Malaysia. The mall is located along a beautiful like beach. And the shopping center, which is the smallest shopping center in the world, has 2 floors. And the small, I wrote that twice. It's 2 floors. There are a number of shops and stores, a pharmacy, a number of restaurants and coffee shops, and a number of supermarkets. And in the shopping center, you can benefit from like local shops and restaurants, but it's still like this. It didn't give me like a square footage. Oh, but I would imagine it's about as small as the Fort Collins quote unquote mall.
I mean, it's probably way smaller.
It's pathetic. But we all know what happened to the mall when internet sales went up, and I guess when an anchor store leaves a mall, it becomes fucked, which is weird to me because I used to never go into the stores that were deemed anchor stores. Like, it was usually my mom was like dragging me into like Mervyn's or Dillard's and like, we can get this at half price. And I'm like, Mom, nobody wants your fucking mom jeans. Joke's on me, I guess. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And anyway, so a lot are deemed quote unquote dead malls, which is a mall with a high vacancy rate. So they're not like abandoned. They're just like essentially like Fort Collins. Oh God. There's obviously like way more vacancy than there are people that are actually in the mall, like stores that are in the mall.
Yeah.
So, and it also has like low customer traffic, which weirdly, if you've ever have you gone to the Fort Collins Mall like recently? Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's people in there, and I'm just like, what are you guys doing in here?
Yeah, it's
but
weird.
then I had to be like going like, what am I doing in here? So,
you go there for a purpose.
I go there for a purpose. So it's weird to me to see people like go in there to like, and they're just like sitting in like the mall. I'm like, I don't really
they like that feeling,
I guess. And maybe they're just, looking for that nostalgia, right?
Maybe they're looking for a hot date.
Yeah. So a mall with a high, yes. So if you want to get really crazy, you can go to deadmalls.com, where someone has put a ton of work into the subject. It's actually expected that, a fourth of the remaining malls will be closed by this year.
Damn.
Which is insane. But it only makes sense, right? Between the pandemic and the ever-growing internet sales. Like we kind of talked about with, we talked about that with the rebranding of Thanksgiving, like how there really is no more Black Friday because you can just get on, like, usually number one, everything is so cheap that you don't need to have a sale. Or people like start doing like July sales,
or they're doing it like, it's a month long,
right? And then you can just have it delivered to your fucking door. So why would you go in like at midnight anymore or 2:00 in the morning? Like,
some people will, but
people do it. I just don't get it. Like, I did it a couple times.
It's like a family thing sometimes, which is whatever.
I did it a couple times in my youth, and I'm just like, this is awful because people are fucking insane.
Yeah, it's like the worst time to see anyone being a human,
right? Because they're not being a human,
because they're just being like, I need to get my sales price,
right? With products that aren't even built like the actual normal products that you're trying to shop for, because they're just made with cheaper parts. But anyway, we won't talk about that.
I just have to listen to our podcast about it so that you know the secrets.
So anyway, that's my short little jaunt about malls.
Fucking mall madness.
It is. I'm gonna call it that. Yeah.
Perfect. That was a great game.
It was a good game.
Oh shit, girl.
Yes.
Now I know about fucking
some mall stuff, some history on some malls, and yeah.
Hell yeah. The mall was a fucking place.
It was a place.
It was like if you get to go to like a better mall, like was like
you would lose your mind.
Special. Yeah, we got to drive to like, if we really wanted to go like to the good stores, we'd have to go to like Santa Barbara, which was like an hour and a half away.
Well, it's just like, I was at Park Meadows, and it's just like, it makes me sound like a fucking old fart, but I'm just like, I miss the mall. I miss just walking around and just hanging out at the mall.
We should dress in our 90s attire and just walk around the mall.
Put our like little side ponytails on.
Mm-hmm,
with our scrunchies.
Yeah, go get some Claire's shit.
Oh, hell yeah. God.
Let's do it. Get our ears pierced.
Again?
We should go to the mall and get our ears pierced.
Jesus.
That was like the mall experience. Like,
Getting your ears
you're going
pierced?
to the mall to go get your ears pierced at Claire's.
Yeah.
You have arrived.
That's true.
And then you get your fucking cool little fucking ear care kit.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm a fucking adult.
Pretty much.
I'm a grown-ass woman
right,
today.
Yeah, you definitely...
This is my coming of age. I got my ears pierced at Claire's.
You definitely feel like you're Pin 15 vibes
You do.
at the Claire's,
You
for
do.
sure.
1,000.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I guess it's that time, Shay.
It is that time.
It's that time to say goodbye. But that time to also say thank you. And we're glad you're here. We're glad you listened to us today.
Yep. And
we're
every day.
so thankful for your reviews and your ratings on Spotify and Apple Music podcasts and wherever else you listen to your podcast. If you can review it or rate it or listen. Thank you.
Do whatever.
Thank you for being here. If you
Present.
feel so inclined, give us a follow on Instagram. Send us a message telling us your favorite quotes of the episode.
Oh my gosh. I like it.
Tell us your deepest, darkest secrets. We're here for you. Just kidding.
I mean, we'll be
are.
there for you, yes.
We'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. You know? But yeah, thank you and love you. What else do I say right now?
That's all.
We're ready. We're ready to roll. We're ready to roll the dice.
I'm fucking with my eyelash, so I'm not prepared.
Shay, you gotta get prepared.
Sorry.
You gotta roll the dice.
Look, here I'm going. I'm going right now. Here we go.
Time.
One.
Nostalgia, pop
That
culture.
is
That's the
nostalgia.
only one I always remember.
Yep. So you go.
You go.
You go.
I'm gonna give it a go. 3.
That is. Isn't that history?
Food?
No. Is it
I
food?
always forget 3.
I do too. I mean, I say that about everything, and I'm just like,
I'll say
I forget everything. It is. You're right. It's food. You're right. So you don't forget it.
All right. Well,
All right.
we love you. We thank you. And we'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.